Good morning, one and all. This is Vineshri from Pharmacognosy department. So today we are going to discuss about cultivation. So what is cultivation? It is a process of growing and maintaining the plants under controllable and favorable conditions to obtain a good yield and high quality of plant material. So whatever the crude drugs we are using in the markets and pharmaceutical industries, they will be passing through several stages before reaching into the market. So these stages can be these stages can affect the quality and quantity of the active constituents present in it. So therefore, proper cultivation and handling of crude drugs is very important. So what are the advantages by doing this cultivation means? Firstly, and it ensures the quality and purity. So when we are going to cultivate, the crude drugs will be free of weeds, so automatically we will be gaining a quality and purity drug. Example, ginger, turmeric and licorice. And next one is better yield and therapeutic quality. So whatever the crude drugs we are going to collect, when we are going to collect these, there are of two types of persons we are using. One is unskilled person and one is a skilled person. Whereas for unskilled person, he doesn't have any knowledge about the crude drug, so they'll be directly collecting the plants, and they'll whatever the plants present in the field, they'll be collecting directly without any knowledge. So they'll be collecting and they'll be placing inside the containers. Whereas for skilled person, he is the one who will be having the entire knowledge of that plant. So he will be choosing a correct plant, and he will be choosing a correct method to collect that crude drug, and he will be using a suitable methods for collection of that plant. So that's the reason. So when we use a skilled person for collection, we'll be getting a higher yield and therapeutic quality too. Without damaging the crude drugs, they will be collecting the crude drugs. That's the reason. So we have to choose a skilled person for collection. So example for these are collection of latex from poppy capsules, oleoresins from pinus species, etc. And next one is regular supply of crude drugs. So when we cultivate, it ensures the regular supply of a crude drugs. In other words, we can say cultivation is a method of crop planning, because we can plan a crop cultivation, regularize its supply, and as a result they'll be entering into the industries, and we will be giving a regular supply for that industry, so we won't be depending upon any wild plants or any other markets. And next, it promotes the industrialization. So when we are growing these crude drugs in large scale, they can also helpful in the establishment of the industries. Example for these are coffee, cocoa industries in Kerala, and Syncona alkaloid factory in Darjeeling, and opium factory in Ghaziabad. And next one is it facilitates modern plant improvement techniques. So when we cultivate, we can use different scientific methods such as mutation, polyploidy, hybridization. So we can develop high yielding and superior medicinal plant varieties by using these methods. So what's the first step in cultivation means? Propagation. So what is propagation? It is a process of producing new plants from seeds or other plant parts such as stems, roots, leaves, bulbs, rhizomes, etc. So in this, there are three main parts. First one is soil, and second one is seeds, and third one is propagation material. So we are going to choose these three, and based upon these three, we are going to propagate, and we are going to grow it in a proper condition. So first one is soil. So it plays an important role in which will be affecting the plant growth. Example, its physical, chemical and microbiological properties, they will be influencing the growth of the medicinal plants, and also whatever other plants also, they will be depending upon the growth of those plants will be depending upon the soil. Okay. And next, water holding capacity of that soil. So water holding capacity can also affect the availability of water plants. For example, some type of plants will be requiring high hydration, and some plants will be requiring low hydration, and some plants doesn't require any water. So when we are going to choose a medicinal plant, based upon its requirement, we are going to choose the soil. So some of the soils will be having a higher water holding capacity, and some of the soils will be having a lower water holding capacity. Based upon the size of the soil molecules, soil particles, the water holding capacity will be varying. So that's the reason when we are choosing a medicinal plant, based upon the requirement and based upon the hydration it requires, we are going to choose the soil too. And next, different types of soils will be having a different nutrients. So some plants will be having some plants will be required in the need of calcium, some plants doesn't require calcium, some plants require nitrogen, some plants doesn't. So based on the plant requirement we are going to choose. Some soils will be providing in high calcium, some plants will be providing less calcium, and so based on that also we can we are going to choose the soil for proper cultivation. And next one is seeds. Whatever the seeds we are using for cultivation, we have to know they should be botanically identified, means we have to know the details of the species, chemotype, origin, so that we can easily trace out either they are reaching our purity, they are reaching our standards of purity and germination process. And whatever the plants we are going to select, they should be pest free and disease free, so that they'll be ensuring a healthy plant growth. And next, they should be resistant and tolerant to all types of crop losses, means all types of environmental conditions, because to reduce the crop losses, because in our India we doesn't have exact environmental conditions. Every time they might be varying. Sometimes it's in a hot temperature, sometimes it is very cold, sometimes high rains, sometimes low rains, so which might be affecting the growth of the crops. So whatever the seeds we are choosing, they should be tolerant and resistant to these type of varieties, and along with that they should have resistance against the diseases too. So they should have high immune to grow a healthy field. And next, methods of propagation. So there are two types of methods. Firstly, sexual method, and next one is asexual method. So sexual method is also known as seed propagation, and asexual method is also known as vegetative propagation. So in sexual method we will be using the seeds for raising the plants, and whatever the plants developed by using the seeds, those are known as the seedlings. Okay, so what are the advantages in this? So firstly, there will be long lived and strong plants and economically easy. And next, development of superior varieties can be done, and only some plants will be only depending upon the seed propagation only. They won't develop using a vegetative propagation. And next, seed quality. So before we are using a plant, we have to check the quality of the seed, right? We are saying they should be tolerant, they should be resistant to all type of conditions. How we are going to do, and how we are going to know either the given seed is a perfect one, disease free, insect free? How you are going to do means by testing the seed germination capacity by using two methods. First one is roll towel test, and next one is excised embryo test. So in roll towel test, what you are going to do, take a tissue and add 4 to 5 seeds inside it and moisturize the tissue, and next you are going to store it in a dark area, and you are going to keep it for 2 to 3 days. After 2 to 3 days, check for seed germination. If the seeds are germinated properly, 4 to 5 seeds you have placed, right? So if the seeds germinated, 3 to 4 seeds germinated properly, then the seed quality is high, the seed germination quality is high. If the seed germination done for only 1 or 2, then the seed germination capacity of that seeds is low, so we need to choose another seeds. Okay, and next one is excised embryo test. So here we are going to take the seeds and firstly soaking them in the water to remove the seed coat. So after removing the seed coat, we are going to use a sterile forceps. After by using the sterile forceps, you are going to hold the seed, and then you are going to take a sharp knife and you are going to do a incision and take a small part of that embryo, and then collect that small part of embryo and place it into the artificial nutrient media. So after placing in artificial nutrient media, you are going to incubate it for 4 or 5 days or 1 week, and then you are going to check the growth of that plant. So if it is germinated properly, then the seed quality of that plant is high. If the germination is not done yet, then you are going to wait for 2 or 3 days more, and then even though it is not properly grown, then you can say that the seed is not alive. So this method generally used for viability. Seed viability means either the given seed is alive or dead. You are going to check that. If it is germinated, then automatically the given seeds are alive. If the seed is not grown, then automatically the given seed is dead. And you can also verify by checking the colors. So if the given seed is a alive one, automatically they'll be growing in a green color and whitish color, whereas for dead seeds they'll be shrinking, and along with that will be getting a brown color. So that's how you are going to decide the given seed was diseased or diseased, or it might be dead. You can confirm like that. And next one is methods of sowing seeds. So there are different methods we are going to use. So first one is broadcasting method. So this method is used for very small seeds. So we can directly collect the seeds and we can scatter uniformly over well prepared soil. And next one is dibbling. So this is used for medium sized seeds. So here we are going to dug some small holes, and then you are going to place the seeds of 4 to 5 seeds at one hole, and you are going to check the equal distance. So whatever the small holes you are going to dug at specific depth and distance, and you are going to place only 3 or 4 seeds. By counting the seeds you are going to place it. And next one is nursery bed method. So here the seeds are firstly sown in the nursery beds, and then they'll be allowing to grow for some time. After they turn into seedlings, they'll be transported into the transplanted into the pots and then to the main fields. And next one is asexual method. So what is asexual method? What's the other name of asexual method? Vegetative propagation. So here what does vegetative propagation mean? Here we are using the plant parts for proper growth of a plant. So here we are using the stems, roots, leaves and fruits, everything which is a plant part. From that plant part we are going to develop a new plant. So what are the methods we can use? So it is of two different types. So first one is natural method, and next one is artificial method of propagation. So in natural method of propagation, we are directly sowing the different parts of a plant and we are going to close it. So example for these are bulbs, tubers, rhizomes, stolons. So for this we can directly collect these vegetative parts and we can directly sow them into the soil. Okay. And next one is artificial method of vegetative propagation. So in this what we are doing, we are going to cut the plant parts by using any tools or mechanical tools, or by any other different methods. So by this method we are going to develop the plants. So firstly they are of three types: cutting, layering and grafting. So cuttings are of different types: stem cutting, wood cutting, leaf cutting. So based on the stems, if you are going to cut the stem, then that is known as stem cutting. If you are cutting the wood, then that is known as wood cutting. If you are going to cut the root cutting, leaf cutting, like. And next one is layering, simple layering. So layering is nothing but you are going to bend the branches or stems into the soil, side branches or side stems into the soil other than the mother plant. Whatever the side branches are present, we are going to sow them into the soil. So they are of different types. First one, simple layering, serpentine layering, air layering, mount layering, trench layering, tip layering. So based upon the type of the medicinal plant, you are going to choose this layering material. And next one is grafting. So grafting is nothing but cutting and joining two different parts and growing them into the one. So to make one plant, we are going to cut two different parts and you are going to join them together, and you are going to grow them as a one plant. So in this we will be having a main term that is known as scion and stalk. So here the scion is nothing but the upper part of the stem, and stalk is nothing but the stem which is connected to the ground, which consists of the roots. Okay, so here when we are going to cut the upper part, we are going to replace it with the another different desired plant, and you are going to bind them and you are going to tie them properly. So this method is known as grafting, and whatever the desired characteristics are there, they will be obtaining in the flowers or fruits we have been grown. So in this, different types of grafting methods are there: whip grafting, tongue grafting, side grafting, approach grafting, stone grafting, etc. And next, one of the other method for this one is, other than the natural method, artificial method, we have another method in vegetative propagation, that is aseptic methods of micro propagation. So it is also known as the tissue culture. In tissue culture, what we are going to do? Firstly, we are going to collect any seed or any root or shoot tip, and you are going to cleanse it properly, sterile it properly. After steriling it properly, we are going to process this procedure under aseptic conditions, means it should be free from all microorganisms. So we are going to choose all the materials which are sterile. So we are going to collect the plant material first and cleanse it properly, and after that you are going to excise it. So what does excise mean? Excise is nothing but cutting into small pieces. Okay, cutting. So we are going to cut the plant part, whatever the plant part you have collected, you are going to cut into small pieces, and then you are going to transfer it into the artificial medium which you have already prepared by using suitable nutrients. Whatever the required food is there, required food nutrition is there, you are going to add in that medium, and then to that medium you are going to transfer this excised parts. And after incubation of 3 to 4 days, you will be observing a mass of cells, a group of cells. So a group of cells is nothing but callus. Okay, so you will be observing a group of cells growing together, and that is nothing but callus. So later it will be again differentiated, and again it will be developing into seedlings, and then the seedlings are again transferred to the pots, then pots to the fields. So based on the health and based upon the sturdiness of the plant, you are going to transfer them to the main fields. So for this, today we are done with the cultivation. So the first step of cultivation, and next step, first step of cultivation is propagation. So in propagation, what's the main three parts? Seeds, soils and propagation material. So by this we are done with this topic.